Hi there. Today I'd like to share a bright idea with you. Take a look at this. Yes, it's a light bulb candle. And I'm going to show you how to make it right now. What you're going to need is this is paraffin lamp oil. So what they use for those oil lamps, okay, that's what that is right there. And I actually have the oil lamp wick, or you could use regular string or regular wick, anything that will, cotton that will soak it up. But this seems to work really well. You're going to probably need some needle nose pliers, some scissors, and of course, a light bulb. But let me tell you about this light bulb. So this is a light bulb. I actually got this one here at the Hobby Lobby. And I'll see if I can find one if they have these on Amazon. And if they do, I'll put a link in the description below. Otherwise, I'll just put Hobby Lobby. But you can't really, I don't know if you can really order those. I don't think so. Do they have an online presence? I really don't know. So anyways, now this light bulb is different than most light bulbs where it's a container. Okay, you can see it screws on. Looks like a light bulb, but it's a fake, a dupe. Okay, so do not use a regular light bulb, but that actually screws on. I didn't have it screwed on all the way. There we go. It screws on. So what we're going to do is we're going to make a slit in the top so we can put the wick so it soaks inside, and it's going to kind of wick it out through. Now I want a longer wick than this because it's going to come through and it needs to be in the bottom. So let me go get a wick that's longer. Hi, I'm back. I hope I didn't take too long. Now, what I want is a wick that's long enough to come out about that much. And let's see, I'm going to maybe make it most of this because as it burns, you're going to be pulling some of it out anyway. I wonder if that would be too much to have all of this. Yeah, maybe not quite all of it. How's that? So I'm going to cut it down to about here. And now this is going to be too thick to come all the way through. So I'm going to make it a much skinnier wick. So it'll fit through my hole I'm going to make. There we go. So you can see what I did. I took the wick, which was about this thick, and made it that thick. Don't worry about exact measurements. The wick doesn't care. Now the next part is to cut a slant in here, or a slice in here. You can see right now it's just a little hole. And I'm going to try to cut a slice in there. Now I believe it's a ceramic, so I'm not sure what this is going to do. Block your ears. This is going to make noise. Let me move this over a second. Whatever the coating is on top, it's breaking. Now, unfortunately, it's like a ceramic, almost like a glass at the top. You can see some of this stuff here, how it breaks and snaps off. So it's not designed for this. Maybe you'll find a better top. And then you're going to get the top of it off. There we go. And what I'm going to try to do now is fish this wick through. Don't know how I'm going to fish it through. Let's see if I have something that's sharp, maybe. What do I have that's sharp? This has a sharp end on it. Let's see if I can use that to fish this through. Nope, that's not going to work. Ooh, I just got a great idea. You want to listen to my tapes? Okay, bad joke. So what I'm going to do is, again, cut this so it's pointed. It would have been great to do this before I actually ruined most of the wick. But I'm going to go like this. And see what I did? I made a little tab. Hopefully that will fit right through the hole. Like I said, this is the most difficult part of the whole job. And it went through. It worked. It worked. It worked. Look at that, huh? Isn't that beautiful? Okay, so now all I got to do is take the tape off. Here we go. Get the tape off my fingers. Remember I said how this was going to be such an easy job? For a child, not for me. Okay, there we go. So I'm going to have it right down there to about here, and I'm going to cut off the end pieces here and let this thing find its own level. So now, let's go ahead and put some lamp oil in here. Oh no, child-proof cap. Oh, I did it, okay. Got such a mess here. Let's pull this over here in case I spill. And I am spilling, making one nice mess. I didn't really want that on my ceramic top, but oh well. You know, after doing this, I do have a funnel right there. So, in this tutorial, don't do what I do, do what I say. Use a funnel. I even have a smaller one, but okay, otherwise you're going to make a mess like I just did and get oil all over your beautiful, look at that. Or you could say, I just oiled up my plate. All right, now this needs to go in there. And we're going to need some oil on the outside too. So how are we going to do that now that I already did this mess? How about if I take some lamp oil and put some lamp oil in the cover. And you're wondering, what's he going to do, right? And what happens when you've turned your experiment into such a mess? Okay, there we go. There, and hey, no spillage. How's that? Whew. I know I'm going to get tons of comments about that. So in advance, if you want to tell me about what I did with the oil and I made a mess, wah! Some people just can't live with it. All right, so now I have that, and all we have to do, are you ready, is light it. Now you know that's probably going to set the fire alarm off over there, so I'm going to bring it over here, and it's going to burn down, and I'll show you how it works. So there you have it. It's starting to burn down now. Couple things that you're going to want to watch out for depending on what the tip of yours is made with. This was like a ceramic one, and when you're drilling on there, little pieces can come out and get sharp, so you want to be careful touching that. Had I known it was going to make that much of a mess, I probably should have worn gloves. So be careful of that. As the wick burns down, okay, you can actually blow it out, take pliers, and just kind of like when you have that wick turner, just kind of turn it and pull out a little bit more wick. If the wick is too out of control, once you blow it down, grab your scissors and cut it like that to cut it down, but it'll stay burning like that for quite a while. You can see there's an awful lot of oil in there. Safety first, always have this under supervision. You notice I have it in this kind of a plate and in that kind of a plate, because who knows what can happen. Can this get so hot that the glass will crack? I don't think so, but who knows, because these aren't made to be candles. It's a great idea. I think it's a great project to work with, maybe your family, to see if you can make them, but be careful. Under supervision, with a smoke alarm, carbon monoxide detector, a fire extinguisher. I say that every video because safety is so important. Also, you want to make sure that it's sealed around. Like this one here, I'm probably going to redo it later on. I should have a wider wick. When I drilled the hole was about that wide, and the wick is only about this wide. So there's too much air coming in and out of the sides. And is that going to bother anything? Probably not, but I just don't want the wick to be so tight, so small that it falls back in the oil. Okay, then we have a Molotov cocktail. I don't know what would happen. I've never tried to light this oil directly. But make sure the wick is going to stay out. If you want, you could even make the wick a little bit bigger on the top and then cut it in so it's tapered on the inside and feed it from the inside. This way the big part will never fall in. So these are the kind of things I think about because I have had some accidents in the past. Some doozies, all right? And this is all an experiment for me. I like to see what we can make, see what I can share with you, and hopefully give you some of the bumps along the way like I found, okay? And so far I haven't had problems with this except for the tip part cracking. So if you find a place where you can get light bulbs that doesn't have that ceramic part, again, these I got at the Hobby Lobby, maybe some of them are made for this already, I have no idea. So with that, I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you share it and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye now. Such a great idea.